You're demeaning yourself. You're less than you could be. And there's real judgment in that, and it's harsh, but with friends, it's the same thing. You want friends. They're not friends if they're not these people. You want friends who, when something good happens to you, that's good for you, right? They're happy about that. They're not like all bitter and resentful underground and like saying horrible things behind your back and telling you how they did something that was better and trying to drag you down. It's like, that's not helpful. And then when something bad happens to you and you go to them and you say, look, this terrible thing happened to me. First of all, they don't try to top it with some like horrible thing that happened to them because they don't have the patience to listen. And second, they're not secretly gloating about the fact that catastrophe finally befell you. It's like they're actually hurt by it. And that chapter is an injunction. Is like, take a look at the people that are around you. And if they're not on the side of what's good for you, then walk away. Because, well, first of all, that's best for them too. If you put up with that, all you're doing is enabling it. It's like, well, it's okay that you mistreat me in a way that's harmful to me and everyone else. It's like, actually, no, that is not okay. It's not the least bit okay. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try to help someone when they're down. That's a whole different issue.
You gotta get up, you gotta get out. The amount of time you spend outside your proximity or location where you sleep gives you a better chance of being successful. So get up, get out. Go meet the world head on, folks, no matter how bad it is. Okay, you got reputation problems. You got I feel bad problems. You got friend problems, you got money problems, whatever the problems are. Okay? Try this. Just get up and get out. And go meet the world head on. Go meet whatever it is, okay? You gotta make up to somebody. You gotta apologize for something you've done. You gotta make up the damage of years of neglect and maybe betrayal. And look, I've done all that. I've had all those things where I screwed up over and over and over again. My reputation sucked. I was between the ages of 15 and 25 years old. It was like I was doing everything I could just to damage my reputation. Okay, if it made me look bad, I did it. So here today, I'm gonna spend 10 days, 14 days, something like that, up here with that view. You can fix anything. I'm proof that you can fix anything. Anything can be fixed. Anything can be fixed, but you gotta fix it. You gotta fix it. You can't just sweep it under the old rug. You gotta fix it. You gotta clean up the damage. You gotta pay the price. Clean up your debts. Do what you say you're gonna do. Become the most dependable person in your space. Become the go-to person. Oh, I can put that person on stage and know exactly what they're gonna get for me. I can put that person in the game and I know what play they're gonna run. I can put that person on the floor and I know they're gonna get it done. Be the go-to person. Okay, you don't need to be funny. You don't need to be entertaining all the time. You don't need to be the person they're talking about. You need to be the go-to person, folks.
Best things Brian taught me there. He was an early mentor to me. One of the quotes his dad gave to him is, always surround yourself with people that will inspire you or help you grow. And that was just a great piece of advice from him. I took that very seriously and pursued people that I looked up to or that I admired and tried to learn things from them. Since I didn't have really, a father figure or anything like that. Early on, I would read about all the people I looked up to, and that was kind of like my college, was finding people that did things that I was really amazed by and then learning as much as I could. And then what I started doing is I started finding all the books on Nobel Prize winners, and then in literature specifically, and then I would read what books they recommended, and then I would read the books that they recommended, and on the back of that book it would be what this book was influenced by. So I started going through lots of that stuff.
The original hyperlinks.
Yeah.
Exercise is very important to the creative process. I try to either run or swim swim, or I do CrossFit every day. And that's very important. I tend to have like creative breakthroughs when I've stopped working on something and I went to do something else. Which is cool. You were showing me the gym earlier. I think that's probably why that's there. It's like you can work and work and work on a problem, and then you stop, and then when you're thinking about something else, that sort of magically comes together in your mind. Books obviously are very important. I read a lot. I try to read like 2 or 3 books a week. And for me, what I realized very early on, and it's a little bit clear for me because I work in book publishing, and I'm a writer, but like I consider reading to be like part of my job. So like, and that was actually somewhat weird when I was working full-time in American Apparel. It's like I would want to sit there and like read a book, but you like can't do that at an office, you know? But so now I work from home, so I can sort of I can arrange my day in a way that like appearances matter a little bit less. But I think, you know, reading, like what I say is like, okay, look, chances are whatever problem you're going through right now, someone else went through before you, and they probably wrote it down. And so like books are the way that we access that knowledge. And if you're not availing yourself to it, you're going to learn a lot of things the hard way when you don't necessarily need to. So I consider like reading to be like part of my job and part of what's accelerated what I've been able to accomplish. So it's like when people are like, oh, how do you have so much time to read? It's like, well, how do you have time to sleep? And how do you have time to eat and go to work? Like, that's just what you do. It's not like this extra luxury that I squeeze in when I'm on vacation.
Got it. That was going to be one of my questions. How do you have time to read? So
there's no secret. And like, I don't read fast. Like, I think a lot of people think that people who read a lot must be like speed readers, and so they focus on that. It's like, no, people who read a lot just spend a lot of time reading because it's important to them. And that's sort of the distinction that I made.
The next phase here is also to become grateful for what it is that you do have. So if you're starting to try to create change in your life, you want to make sure that you're really focusing on what it is that you do have in your life so that you feel an energy of gratitude. And an energy of gratitude can really open you up to this incredible capacity to feel more energized, to feel more happy. In any given moment where you feel like, oh, I don't have what I need, or I'm not supported, or things aren't working out, the simple step here is to just say, I am grateful for what I do have. And when we look and we say, I'm grateful for what I do have, we create more of what we want. And the energy of gratitude opens our heart, and it expands our energy, and it makes us a much more wonderful, loving person to be around. And with that loving energy, we begin to attract more into our life. And so we want to really make sure that that energy of gratitude is a very pinnacle part of this miracle worker process, which is that we stay committed and open to what it is that we are here to receive. And we stay committed and grateful for what it is that we have. And so you can begin today just by making a gratitude list and focus on it. And there's so many moments when I think, oh my God, I can't believe I have to do this, or I can't believe I have to get to that. And then I just think about what I'm grateful for, and it just spins me immediately out of the crazy chaos and back into a centered place of love. And so I think that this is a really valuable tool for you to begin to use regularly, and it's an active tool throughout the book, May Cause Miracles.
I've never said that there's a one-size-fits-all approach. People have mischaracterized my view is that everyone should drop out of college, everyone should start a company. I don't think everybody should be starting companies. Just given this power law thing, I think a lot of companies don't work. We need more people to start good companies. But I think also the sort of super tract dynamics have gotten us to a very bad place where education has become a substitute for thinking about the future. And the K through 12 system is geared towards college, and the problem is life doesn't end in college. Hopefully you live for a long time after that and do many things after college, and there's a strange way where we live in a society where there's a lot of anxiety about the future, and we've put more and more money into education for the last 35 years as a way of dealing with this anxiety, where if you get into the right college, you'll be saved. If you don't, you're in trouble. I've sort of described the college, the sort of dramatic version I've said is, colleges, they're as corrupt as the Catholic Church was 500 years ago. They're sort of charging people more and more. It's this system of indulgences. You have this priestly or professorial class that doesn't do very much work. And then you basically tell people that if you get a diploma, you're saved. Otherwise you go to hell. You go to Yale or you go to jail. And what I think we need to push back on on this idea that the only way you get saved is, Catholic Church 500 years ago or today, the only way to get saved is by getting a diploma from college. And I hope that in the future there will be many different kinds of productive things for people to do. My goal with the Teal Fellowship was not to start a new church, a startup church or something like that. It's not to have this alternate one-size-fits-all thing. But I think the future system will be one that's much more heterogeneous, and there will be many more ways for people to be successful.